Yo, yo, yo. Check one, check one, check two. Make sure this mic is on. Yeah. I think we got one person in. Yo, yo, what's going on? So I'll be on here for about maybe 30 minutes or whatnot. You can hear me. Give me number one. If you can't hear me, give me number two. So the topic is just pretty much how am I able to maintain a diet with no supplements? Because everybody know that the fitness industry is full of supplements. And I have nothing against supplements. Nothing. Come on, live streamers. Where y'all let subscribers? What questions y'all got? This is about maintaining a diet without supplements. How am I able to do it? What questions do you have? I think y'all can hear me. I got this mic on. I'm not really sure. Whatever questions you may have, everything I post is true. Maintaining a diet with no supplements. How am I able to do that? Why? Interesting. Well, I'm gonna be honest. In today's world, is very tough. It's very tough because everything is on a fast track, and by everything being on a fast track, it's very hard to have cooked meals and all of the above. And then when let's say you work a 9 to 5 or you go to school or whatnot, when you finally do have that time off, I don't know, maybe you may plan it with your friends, or you may just want to relax, you want to chill out. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Alan? Yeah, so maybe just talking about supplements and how am I able to maintain. So the main thing is the fast track, like I was saying. And by life being on the fast track, it's hard to have meals. So it's so convenient to have supplements. I'm not against supplements at all. Listen, 5 years ago, supplements was my go-to. Supplements was my go-to. And it was just mainly protein. That's when I was training for football or whatnot. Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up, Icy? What's going on? So anyway, I took in a lot of protein, not just eating. I worked out 7 days a week, but that's a whole nother story. And while working out all those days, I didn't really have time to eat. So I took in a lot of, supplements or whatnot, but I still ate on top of that. And I got really heavy. I can't lie to you. But at the same time, I didn't really like the feeling that supplements was giving me. And I was on the cheap way. Everybody know that. It's like 85% protein compensate. So it gave me a certain feeling in my gut. Again, that's just me. That's my personal experience. So I told myself, you know what? When the new year start, I wonder if I can still keep my strength, motivation to still want to work out, my strength, if I actually get off supplements. And what happened if I just get on food? What would happen if I start just taking in food instead of supplements? Because as of right now, everybody's on supplements. I have nothing against supplements, but how am I able to maintain? Because I took in so many supplements over 5 years ago. When I went without the supplements, my first month, I didn't want to do it. So I actually cheated myself and I went back on supplements because it's convenient, it's easy, it's quick. And I'm sweating right now because I'm excited. I love to talk to you guys, so please forgive me. Sweating and everything. See my metabolism. Anyway, I cheated, so I went back to supplements. in like 2 months because I couldn't find the time. But I was telling myself I couldn't find the time. See, but I did have the time. The thing is, I was just prioritizing different things other than my meals. And then when I really started realizing, okay, I'm not prioritizing my diet right, but yet my diet is on point. If you let me tell it, I told everybody, oh, I got this, I'm doing that. But I really wasn't doing that. I was on supplements and it's convenient. So what happened is I really had to boil it down. I had to I had to bite the bullet. And I told myself, this was during a weekday. On the weekend, I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna cook about 30 meals. And I cooked about 30 meals. And I wasn't married at the time. I had a girlfriend. Cooked about 30 meals and I meal prepped them. And I really want to see, because if I cook these 30 meals and it was life changing, or at least changing for the month, then I knew that I tapped into something. So I did something I never did. I always tell people, if you want to receive something you never had, you must initiate something you never did. So I cooked those 30 meals that weekend. And it took me about 10 hours, first time doing it. And when that Monday came, I ate 3 meals. That Tuesday came, I ate 3 meals, maybe 4. I was averaging around maybe 1,700 calories. And I know a lot of people say, Mondale, that's not a lot of calories. Yeah, but when you're taking in at least 90% protein, that's enough. Your body know what to do with that extra protein. So stop believing that myth when people say, oh, you're taking in too much protein, it's bad on the kidney. Your body know what to do with extra protein, right? It knows how to store it. Your body's smart enough. So stop believing this false science, this bro science and whatnot. Science is science. And science has really been the same since day one, and it works. A lot of people they don't want to be patient. They don't want to be consistent with science because they want to believe what they want to believe. But anyway, after those 30 meals, I tried it again. And I didn't do 30 meals because I knew 30 meals would be a lot over the weekend. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to narrow it down to about 20. And, when I narrowed down about 20 meal preps, it was life-changing. I realized I was feeling different. I was having the same amount of energy, if not better. I was sleeping well. My gains, if I wanted to, pick up muscle, if I wanted to actually lean out, it was identical, if not even better. So how am I able to maintain a non-supplemental lifestyle? Because I had to really see what works. And it's bigger than Mondale, like I tell you. I enjoy teaching people about something that I actually do. That's mainly just what it is. How many sets a day? Oh, man. Now, when I work out, I like to do what I call 8 hard sets. Hard sets. So in my videos, when I'm saying at least 90, 95 rep max, that means that I like to have at least 90% load on my muscle fibers placing. And if I can do 4 to 6 range, which is my strengthening phase, if I can do that pretty much it. So when I do that, I like to do 8 hard sets. That means that by the time I get to my 8th set, I got enough stimulation. It's no injuries involved. Now it's time for recovery. I appreciate that. So yeah, definitely. Listen, but you have to make it work for yourself. I made it work for me, and I came up with a routine that actually works. I've been training for 20 years. I have not been a trainer for 20 years, but I have been training for 20 years. I've been training for about maybe 14. I've been in business for about a little bit 8. But I found this system that works. And when I say I like, healthy foods, it's not just because it's healthy. I really like healthy foods because I like the way it smells. I like the way they taste. I like how I'm able to execute different goals in life and all of the above. Let me see. Yeah, definitely. So how do that's pretty much it. And, just staying hydrated. So when I first actually started my meal preps, I started with a lot of water. And I tell people over and over again, you can take in all the protein that you want, but protein is not 75% protein. Muscle is not 75% protein. It's not. It's 75% water. And I see a lot of people, they focus so much on the supplements for, protein, which is a good thing, but they ain't hydrated enough. You need to stay hydrated. So I drinking a lot of water when I first started my meal preps because I know I was hungry and I know I wanted to eat. So if I drinking a lot of water, I really want to be hungry. I was willing to make that sacrifice, drinking a lot of water, so I wouldn't be as hungry, just to make sure I was in a new training phase. I really wanted to get off the supplements. I really wanted to get into my meals. So I took in a lot of water for like the first 2 weeks. And then by being full on water, by the time I got home at a certain time, I would take in all my nutrients, and that really helped me out. And then eventually I created a system for myself. Now, since years ago, about 5 years, I realized that it works. And life really haven't been the same since. So again, supplements, I'm not against supplements, but at the same time, you can get everything you need to get without supplements. Stop letting people lie to you, saying you can't. Stop letting people lie to you. Ain't no quicker games. Stop letting people lie to you, saying that you can't get it, that you need supplements. That is a lie. Yes, I was the heaviest when I was taking supplements. I was at 181. Now I'm around like 174, 175. But my fitness level is on a whole nother level. Why is that? Because there's nothing better than food. Don't forget, supplements is a supplement of food. Thing is, you just have to realize and learn what your body responds to. And once you learn what your body responds to, don't get beside yourself. Can't nobody tell you anything. Everything open up. Everything opens up. And it'll bless you. And you'll see what I'm talking about. The Black Iron Man. What is the Black Iron Man? I take it. I appreciate that. You feel better when you don't eat junk. Yes, definitely. Definitely feel when I don't eat junk food. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't have a perfect diet. I do not have a perfect diet. This is my favorite junk food. My favorite junk food is a German chocolate cake with pecan and coconut frosting. That's my favorite. That's why I don't keep it in the house. But at the same time, I don't deprive myself. So when I do eat junk food, it's at a bare minimum, to the point where I'm still looking at something and I can kind of like calculate the calories in it, but I still enjoy myself. I don't stress myself. I don't stress my family. Like when I go to Thanksgiving meals and Christmas meals, I don't stress my family. They already know. Like for example, for a soda, right? I don't really like sodas, but I like ginger ale. How do I do ginger ale? Well, I do what I call a 50-50. A 50-50 is when I take a cup and I pour half ginger ale and then I pour the other half straight water. That's called a 50-50. So that means I still get the taste buds. At the same time, I'm still not taking in too many calories. Yeah, man, I know. Yeah, sweating, man. I'm excited, man. Y'all forgive me. I'm sweating. Clay, no sir, bro. Lemonade, listen, you can make that work. Lemonade is amazing. Water it down, though. But at the same time, enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Just make sure you modify things that you know that's not going to take you towards your healthy lifestyle. Juwan, Jesus love you, dude. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Much love. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, Jesus love us all. How we get the same taste? I don't know, man. That German chocolate, I swear. Yeah. And, other things as well. But again, it's all about modification. You got to always keep your eyes on the prize. And every day I keep my eyes on my goal. Yeah. Do I get bored? Yes. I get bored. I get tired of goals. I do. Why? Because my body wants something new. So what I do is, to keep my goals fresh, I just add different things. Like I tell people, how do you beat plateau? Increase the rep, increase the sets, or decrease your recovery time. It's not that hard. You don't have to look this up on Google and look for another trainer and be like, man, what am I? Stop overthinking it. My brothers and my sisters, listen, keep it simple. Just switch those three things up, but don't do it every day. Do it in seasons. Do it in certain periodizations, because when you're always switching things up, that means you're going to always have a taste to be switching things up. And now you're going to run out of exercises. Now you're going to run out of ideas. Now you got to sit here and recreate something every week. You don't want to do that. Stick with it long enough to where it works. My bald, yeah, really bald, man. Listen, I used to have a lot of hair on my head. It was time for it to come off. Go to Turkey. Might be going to. Might be going to. I love turkey. Turkey is one of the leanest meat you can eat. One of the leanest you can eat. Turkey, yes. You got to watch it. Again, too much of anything is bad for you, which is pretty much why, people eat a lot of turkey, they go to sleep. I think it's called tryptophan. Anyway, it's something in turkey that they inject. So again, just kind of balance everything out. Yeah. Italian food goes hard when you need carbs. Yes, totally agree with that. Italian food is very carby. Now, the thing is this, Italian food is very carby, but you also have to watch that hidden fat, that saturated fats that sits in those carbs. You're right. You can carb up, like on recovery days and all of the above. Oh, you're going to run. I go really hard in the exercise gym, like a high intense. I'm big on high intensity. Almost every exercise I do is high intense because I don't wait no longer than 60 to 90 seconds. Why do I do that? For gains. Science has proven you don't need to be in the gym 2-3 hours. Most people you see that stand in the gym 2-3 hours, they wait in 5 to 6 minutes between each set. They either on the phone, they listen to some music, distracted, maybe might be changing the channel. A lot of times they in clicks, they talking to each other, whatnot, but they're not going back to back. I do that to get in and out because when I'm going to the gym, I'm focused on what I want to do. And at the same time, the energy that I have stored is ready to execute. And I'm nervous. Why am I nervous when I exercise? Because I know I'm not coming to play. Listen, you got to go through pain if you want to get to the other side. I tell a lot of my clients, my female clients, if you want to be beautiful when it comes to your natural physique, you have to get ugly. And you got to get ugly in the gym, right? So I just want to really just put all energy in my exercises so I can get closer and closer to my goal. Like I say, it's bigger than me. So if I can really help the next person, man or woman, see that the solution lies within yourself, trust me, your perception will change and it opens up. The solution is in you. You just have to see yourself differently and you have to be willing to take a chance on yourself. Look at that, Kenneth Davis Jr., what's up? What's up? Clayton, thanks for keeping it live. Philip Barnes, what's going on? What questions y'all got about anything? Now, am I 44 years old? I am 44 years old. I worked out all my life, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just moving weight. Moving weight, just pretty much. When I was younger, I didn't really know, but I used to do landscaping, worked in warehouses, and I used to work 10, 12-hour shifts. And every time I found myself, just going through a lot of stressing, I would always find myself going to the gym. And then as I got older, I realized I'm not going to the gym just to go to the gym. I'm going to the gym because it's keeping me sane. It's more like a meditation. So I was able to express myself in the gym. And before you know it, I realized that, the gym became my safe haven. And then I started sharing it to other people. I do calisthenics time to time, but I just work hard now. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, definitely. Listen, as long as you're challenging yourself, calisthenics, listen, I tell all my clients, right? I had a football player. I was training a football player, and they was really big on bench. And there's nothing wrong with that. They was able to push 350 pounds, but they could barely do 20 push-ups. No, sir, buddy. That's not about to happen. Not training with me. We're going to create good foundation. Good foundation is you know how to master your own body weight. I don't care how much you can bench and squat. I'm not concerned with that. Can you master your own body weight? That's called good foundation, right? And once we start from there with good foundation, then we work our way up. So we're not going to be benching 350 pounds, but you can't even do 20 push-ups. And we all know that 20 push-ups is what? Around maybe 70, 75% of your body weight. We're not going to do that. We're going to go in the other direction. We're going to make this stuff positive. Yes, what's up? Thanks, man. Yeah. Richard, what's up, man? What's up? I don't have much stamina. Actually, bro, you're right. Yeah, definitely. Listen, anytime, every week, I'm going to be honest with you, every week around every Friday, I just bust and I do about 20 to 30 burpees, nonstop. 20 to 30 burpees. And that's one of the hardest exercises, compound movement. Compound movement is working multiple muscle groups at one time, right? But it's at the same time, it's challenging your cardiovascular system. So every now and then when you don't feel like doing something, just do it. I promise you it'll work out. Stop always thinking that it's about how you feel. Who can't work hard when you're in the gym and you want to go hard? If I was always feeling great about myself and I went into the gym and I just pushed the gym, I'm like, man, that's a great workout. What about when I'm not feeling it? Because that shows how bad I really want it, right? When you don't want to go into the gym, when you don't want to do things, now it's time to show life. Now it's time to show whatever's against you or fighting in that season. It's time to show how bad you really want it. And just because I've been doing this for a long time don't mean I don't fight. I fight every day. I still got to fight until I leave this earth. That's just how it is. And you have to accept that. You got to fight every day. Now, it's going to be some days it's just going to be amazing. You ain't got to fight that much. Some days it's going to naturally flow and everything is going to work out for you. But you have to already know you signed up for this and it's your responsibility to finish. You have to finish. Let me see, damn dog, that's actually crazy. I could do more when I weigh less. Got to keep my weight up though. Hey, that's what's up. Listen, Clayton, listen, whatever your goal is, keep your weight up, man. Keep your weight up. Just make sure, you're just not taking in empty calories and unnecessary calories. But you can take in extra calories if you just want to enjoy yourself. Just modify it. I enjoy my life. I'm not miserable. I'm around like 175 and I want to pick up maybe 5 more pounds of muscle, if that. It's not that serious to me, right? I didn't almost try everything. And by applying science, but you have to be patient. I tell most people, you have to be patient with yourself. Be patient. Most people are not patient. You want it like tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. You have to first give your central nervous system enough time to adjust and see just how consistent you're going to be with this new program. Let's not forget, your body responds to consistency. It don't respond to new things. Just so don't panic too fast. Just kind of, give your body time to adjust to this new thing you're doing. And the things that you really didn't like, you may find yourself liking it, maybe even loving it. Definitely. So again, about this extra 5 pounds, I always kind of wanted to maintain around like 175 pounds. To me, it means, because at 175, I used to weigh 152. So in about a year of this training, because I always wanted to be on the football team, I wanted to be a cornerback. So I had to pick up a lot of muscle and weight, and I had to work on my 40, changing direction, speed, agility. And I had 2 personal trainers and I had a coach. So before I actually became a trainer, I had 2 personal trainers and a coach. And I just really had to just learn different training methods and what worked for me. And while learning what worked for me, soon I became a personal trainer. But it's a lot of training and it's a mind over matter. It's not really about how many muscles you got. It's about how strong mentally you are. Because if you got it here, it's nothing that you can't do. I don't care what anybody say. If you got it here, you're unstoppable. You can have it here all day. But if it ain't here, if they ain't connecting, that's limitless. This is unlimited. And it's Fidel, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. Hey, what's going on? How tall are you, bro? I'm 5'9". So I'm almost average height. It used to be 5'9". Now it's 5'10". So yeah. I'm 5'9", 175. Holla, holla, holla. Marino. Hey, what's up? I think I'm saying it right. Is it Fidel? Anyway, what's going on with you? No disrespect. Yeah, definitely. So again, even sometimes I find myself, I can tell when I'm short on water. Water is very important, you guys. Very important. Just make sure you stay hydrated, and you'll be able to feel it. You'll be able to feel it. Sometimes they start to show in how well you sleep. You start to ache. You get headaches. It start to show on your skin. Make sure you stay hydrated. Yeah, I appreciate that. 175. Yeah, I thought the same thing. 175, because when I was around like 160, 165, I told myself, I wonder if I can sit here and get the 10% body fat, because I used to hang around 12 and 15%. So I said, okay, I had to come up with a new training method that works for me. First, I had to see how well my body responds to certain things And a lot of people, you don't want to be patient to see how your body responds. You just want to follow the next trending thing that's going on. No, learn your body. Don't get personal goals mixed up with social goals. And a lot of people get those two mixed up. Your personal goal belongs to you, and you have to feed it. You have to feed your personal goal. So once I found out the system that my body responds to the best, I was around 12 to 15% body fat. And then definitely, yeah, I'm like, okay, how can I drop down to 10? Because I like abs, and having a strong core. I strongly believe having a strong core indicates there's nothing that you can't do. So yeah, strong core means everything to me. 10's getting low to roll. Yeah, definitely. That's what's up. 10's is it's a lot of discipline in 10's. And every now and then I go in between 10 to 12%. That's what I do. So like when I enjoy myself over the weekend, I can get to 12%. But I don't like to go past that. That's just, what my body's used to. That's what I'm comfortable at. And I'm able to actually keep my stamina and certain energy that's required for my exercise. I do a lot of high intense exercises. Now this what's up. Listen, whatever works. Some people tell me, listen, if I can do 15, some people tell me, Mondale, if I can get around 18% body fat. Again, what is a perfect body? I want to ask y'all, what's a perfect body? It says who? No, it's what's perfect to you, right? If you feel great, I tell all my clients, looking good is one thing. But when you feel great, that's heaven on earth. And who can take that from you? Nobody can take that from you. So definitely, yeah, it's what works for you and what's perfect for you. Definitely. Clayton, I stay around 15% naturally. I'm a bloat lord. That's what's up. Hey, listen, that's impressive, Clayton. 15 to 18% body fat. That's way above natural, as far as men being natural. 15, 18%, that's pretty good. And I also want to say this. For my men, if you want to be able to see your stomach, you want to keep your body fat between 10 to 15%. Females, 16 to about 20%. Why? Because we got different, body compositions, bone density, and muscle space. So it's really different. Some people can get away with 15. So 15 to 18%, Clayton, is very impressive. Literally the same numbers, dog. Clayton. Oh, wow, you 225. Okay. So Clayton, my thing is this. What is your goal weight? But don't just focus on the weight. When I say that, I mean, what is your goal weight? Being able to distinguish your fat mass and your muscle mass. Don't forget your water mass and your bone density. So you have to make sure you're taking in all those vitamins and minerals, not just protein, but a lot of times, the vitamin E, the vitamin D, K, F, all those sits in certain amino acids. Fidel. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for the love. I heard there are more millionaires in the world than people in health is what for real. Shasha. Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, definitely. I really believe that health is wealth. And believe it or not, yes, wealth does not start in your pocketbook or your checkbook. It starts in your mindset from here, how you want to express yourself. And people are able to see that, right? Because health is a deposit. It's an investment. And, about maybe since 20 years ago, I've been investing in my health. I've been investing, and I really want to see what's the best version I can become. So even been doing this 20 years, I'm always investing in myself to say, okay, what more can I do now? So health is wealth. I 100% agree with that. It's a deposit, and one of the best deposits you can ever make. So thanks for the reminder, Shay. Let me see. Andrew Jack, he's the biggest and the thickest, the most cut, most overlooked bodybuilder. Andrew Jack is a beast. Now let's talk about people that's actually now. I had a video about maybe 6 months ago. I'm not against steroids. For people that's going to take steroids, you must be on the stage. But when people say steroids don't win championships, listen, y'all may hate me when I say this. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. because I know I can never get on the stage naturally unless I take steroids. Yes, they do. Steroids do win championships. Steroids helps recovery, the way it look, your strength, all of the above. Let's not forget, the more load you place on the muscle fiber is the more positive load. And the more strain you place on those fibers, the more abnormal the look you're gonna get. And believe it or not, me as at my age and being natural, my strength was ceiling. See, but when you start taking the, PEDs and whatnot, ain't no telling, sky's the limit. So steroids do win championships, but at the same time, Andrew Jack works hard, and I really respect his grind. I respect any bodybuilder, female or male bodybuilder that grinds. I love the grind, and I respect anybody that grinds. So yeah, he's a beast. Overlooked. I really think Andrew Jack really should have been in the top 2, not the top. What was this year? Like number 4, number 3? I think he was number 3. I think Andrew Jack should have at least been in the top 2. I was 240 a few months ago. After me eating food, I stay as heavy as I can for as long as I don't have to get a belly. Yeah, definitely. So at 240, the thing is this. Now you want to start looking at your body fat percentage, right? So now you're at 240, you know your weight. What is your goal when it comes to fat percentage? And I tell most of my clients, right? You don't want to start focusing just on the weight. What is your fat percentage goal? Never done steroids, bro. Just no judgment though, man. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, definitely. Again, yeah, no judgment to nobody. It just, my channel is not based on that right there. So, some people have told me they believe I'm on supplements. Why? Because I'm 44 years old and I'm able to maintain. Now, there's just years of discipline and really just having a reason, right? And my reason is bigger than me. It's bigger than how I feel. That's what keeps me going. It's my reason why I do what I do. That keeps me going every day. When I don't want to get up, when I don't want to do a push-up, when I don't want to do a squat, when I don't want to do the next challenge, that's what keeps me going, my reason. My brothers and my sisters, you have to have a reason why you do what you do. You can't do it for nobody else. Well, actually you can, but it has to be bigger than just you. So let me rephrase that. It can be for other people, but it has to be bigger than yourself, your reason. And then and the more you do it based on years, it all makes sense. Do you feel like shorter men can get ripped faster than taller men? I do not feel like that. Shorter men no, I do not feel like that. And that's not proven science. Shorter people, I'm 5'9", I'm considered short, but I'm not really considered too short. Now, when it comes to, being stocky, that's one thing. Short, no. Genetics do play a factor, but at the same time, it's mainly based on, the elongated muscle fiber, the fat percentage, and all of the above. Like this, for example, me, let's say I may have thicker legs, but the next guy may weigh the same as me. He may have a bigger stomach. Our body fat composite is the same, but at the same time, my body chooses to store it in a different area. Remember this, we can't control where our body chooses to store fat. I don't care what you take. You cannot control where your body is comfortable in storing fat. Your body gonna store that fat where it wants to store it. But most likely when it comes to men and women, but mainly men, we're gonna store fat in our bellies. Why is that? Because that's where our body organs are. So your body really want to protect and create that cushion for your body organs. So to answer your question, shorter people get rep faster. I haven't really experienced that. I think it's just based on, genetics is one, mindset, and really the extreme, what you really want to get here. It's your mindset. Calisthenics are great for bodybuilding, muscles, resistance, and size. Yeah, totally agree with that. Even when I'm lifting weights, I like to always include calisthenics. Calisthenics is key. It's key to increasing your intensity because most people, when they go to the gym, most people don't go to the gym to do body weight. Most people go to the gym to lift iron. So when you can go to the gym and turn resistance training into a hybrid, man, that's the best of both worlds. Like, I was maybe 8% until I turned 16 or 17, maybe. I feel better at that high. Yeah, definitely. Listen, each his own. One of my clients had dropped down to about 15%, but they felt better at 19, 20%. And I respected that, but they still look phenomenal. Again, you can look great, but feel terrible. It's about your heaven on earth. It's about how you feel, your greatness, how you want to feel. and then, you take it from there. You have to create the foundation that works for you, and then you build on top of that. I can't teach you my foundation, but I can teach you steps on how to have a successful foundation, but you have to create your own steps. This is 16, 17 years of age. I'm 26 now. Okay, so it's been about 9, 10 years for you, Clayton. That's what's up. So are you still grinding? All right, so I believe you said, what were you, 240, 250? No, you said you was 225, Clayton. So my thing with you is this. You have to tell yourself, how much would you like for your muscle and your fat percentage to be? And if it's that serious to you, you will act on it. Remember that. I don't understand why people still smoke cigarettes. I see so many people. Yeah, definitely, ain't gonna lie. I don't smoke at all. I used to party a lot. I used to drink beer, liquor, not too much liquor, but this beer. And I didn't really smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke the Black and Milds, like the Golden Minds. I like the way they smelled in the pipe. And I used to do it almost every day, like a whole box. So, 5 cigars come in a box. And this was about maybe 12 years ago. Until, one day I woke up and said, what am I doing? I don't really need to be doing this. I know I'm not trying to fit in, so why am I doing this? So I made a decision. When I made a decision, my life hasn't been the same since, in a positive way. So smoking, again, I don't judge people that do smoke, but I don't smoke. Do I drink? I drink every now and then, and that's with my wife, right? Every blue moon, every 6 months, if that, right? And I don't go heavy. Maybe a wine with my wife. Just enjoy that quality time. Because again, I understand that this is my lifestyle and this is my discipline, but at the same time, I'm still married, working on a family. So I can't negate my family based on my lifestyle. But I do know that I have to keep discipline to keep going to my goal. If I'm going to encourage somebody else, you can't let other people get into your goal and distract you. Don't let nobody push you out of your lane. My wife understands my lane and I understand my wife's lane. So we come together and we just, we push each other. But hey, no doubt, bro, I appreciate you too, man. Yeah, matter of fact, you challenged me. I tell everybody, I don't know everything, but I know enough, right? I do a lot of studying, but I'm not focused on education. I focus a lot on application. A lot of people think it's about what you know. No, it's about how you apply what you know. And that's what's going, I strongly believe that right there alone will get you the results that you really need. I work as a physician, physical therapist assistant. So grateful to see the craze I've seen in this hospital regarding how the average human, their bodies. Yes, physical therapist. Matter of fact, I was an athletic trainer when I was in school. See, but I switched it up to exercise science. I switched it up. Now I do rehabilitation, strengthening, conditioning, the same thing what a PT do versus a personal trainer would do. So I kind of combine them both. Shay. I understand I used to intake sativa, edibles, or a joint for pre-workout. Yeah, definitely, no doubt. Listen, I tried pre-workout one time. After shaking for about 10 minutes, I couldn't stop. I couldn't see straight. That's my experience. I said, I'm not doing this no more. I was scared. I thought that was it. That was just me because I don't know. I don't know if I had enough energy already and I put energy on top of that energy, it didn't work well for me. The dog keeps barking in the background. Tell the dog to stop barking. That's wow, you can hear the dog? That's crazy. Because I'm like maybe 3 walls away from the dog. Yeah, I do have a dog in the background. Her name is America. She's an American bully. She's about 3 years old now. So I want to mate her. But my wife don't want no babies. I want to mate her though. She's an American bully. Yeah, matter of fact, if she was in here, I'll show it to you. But yeah, I mean, yes, a lot of muscle. And a lot of people put a stigma on bullies because it's an American bulldog with a pit bull, but that's a sweet dog, man. They like to cuddle, they sweet, they family dogs, all of the above. She's excited. Matter of fact, our neighbor is a boy dog, and America is a girl dog. So yeah, every time she go outside, that's her boyfriend. Puppy love. I let them do their thing. Clayton couldn't eat right for a month at least. So Clayton, my thing is this. Say you couldn't eat right for a month at least. Why weren't you able to eat right? Were you changing something up? Were you still, dabbing in not so healthy foods, and was you mixing in with healthy foods? What was actually going on for you not to be able to eat right for a month? Because they can play a factor in a lot of things, especially when we switching over to a new healthier lifestyle or just trying something out. My high school athletic trainer definitely inspired me to go into therapy. Trainers work so hard. You've been a personal trainer. Rehab is so dope. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. I went for athletic training for about a year, and then I was trying to distinguish the difference between an athletic trainer and a physical therapist. It's no difference. One just deal more with athletes, and the other would just deal more with general population. They do the same exact thing. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna take rehabilitation and I'm gonna apply it to what I already know. So I appreciate that, Shay Shay. Yeah, definitely. Trainers work hard. Athletic trainers average 80 to sometimes 100 hours a week. I don't believe athletic trainers get paid and get compensated with their worth. They put in a lot of hours and people have no idea the blood, sweat, and tears that they put in for a team. When money is low, what are the top 5 adorable foods would you say I have on deck to keep gains? When money is low. So the main thing is this. When my money is low, I love to get chicken. Now, when I get chicken, I like to get chicken thighs. But sometimes chicken thighs is around maybe $12 or $15. You can go to the chicken breast. An average chicken breast is going to be around 36, maybe 40 grams of protein. Chicken thighs, the average chicken thigh is going to be around 22 grams of protein. So I would say chicken thighs, kidney beans. Kidney beans are 1. Mixed nuts, right? That's 3. Another thing is I got to say water. I know that's not protein, but your muscles need water, right? So we did thighs, we did kidney beans, we did water, we did mixed nuts, and the last that most people really overlook is, what you think it is, that last one I'm gonna say? The last thing I'm gonna say is pretty much peanut butter, apples and peanut butter. Because peanut butter, you can go to the store, you can get it, a jar like maybe $3. And I tell people peanut butter and apples is one of the best complex carbs and protein that you can actually get after a workout. The best recovery that you can ever have. Bro, Clayton. Thank you, man. Yeah, Shay, no problem at all. Listen, I really appreciate the questions. Yes, sir, Clayton. Thanks. Yes, and definitely. Any more questions with anybody? Any more questions? With no non-hydrated oil, though, right? Yes, that's correct. Definitely. That's correct. What's that? Lux Perm? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, apples, yes. Apples is one of the best complex carbs that anybody can take in before workout, after workout. The easiest. Why is that? Because they easily absorb in your tissues. They give you the proper energy. Apples. I thought it was a myth until I tried it for years. If you ever low on energy, eat 1 or 2 apples and watch. After the workout, apples, peanut butter. I'll mix it with nuts. Do you like IKEA meatballs? I'm not really a meatball fan. So I'm not really a fan. Nothing against it. Just really not a fan. The natural stuff doesn't taste as good. Listen, make it taste good. Lex Perm, make natural food taste good. That's the thing. See, that's why it took me so long, because I had to study. I had to study my taste buds. I had to study what I like. Most people don't want to put the work in studying what they like. That's how I'm able to do it so long now, because I studied my taste buds. You got to study your body and what it likes. And once you study it and you master it, it'd be hard to throw it off. So yeah, put the time in it. Put the time in what you like, taste buds, and take things, and don't focus on taste. Focus on your goal, how you feel, and are you getting stronger in your fitness level? And then you can start adding in taste. But don't focus on having the cake and eating it too. Start with 1, build the foundation, and then slowly start adding in taste. Because eating food and naturally is hard when it comes to taste. And you got to be consistent because, again, it's not convenient. You got to spend maybe 30 minutes over the stove cooking if you're not doing meal preps. So I encourage everybody, prioritize your meals. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, looks firm. God bless you too, man. God bless you. Never thought about it like that. Definitely, man. Definitely, yeah. Again, the more I train in these years or whatnot, man, it's really changing my perception on things. It really is, man. And as it changed my perception, it makes things that was used to be hard a lot easier now. And it's really it's blessing my journey. It's really blessing my journey because I don't have to fight myself as much. I used to please people, and I used to really I wanted everybody to be happy. And I realized that some people really have to just work on being okay with who they are. And sometimes when you becoming that great part of yourself, it's going to make other people feel a little uncomfortable, not because they hating on you, but because your change is not correlating with the old them. They want to stay the same, you becoming something new. So it causes friction, right? So either, like I tell people, it's going to be very hard for a person that's committed to walk with a person that's uncommitted, because both of y'all lives contradict each other's lives. Either one going to give in, either the person that's committed going to become uncommitted, or the person that's uncommitted going to become committed. One has to give in, but it's going to be very hard for two people to walk together unless they agree on something. What's that? Hayo. Hey, what's going on? Oh, F to Hayo. What's up? Clayton just broke up with my girl last week, bro. One of the longest relationships I've ever had. Yeah. I can relate, man. That can be very tough, especially when it's been years of investment. Yeah, it can be very tough, man. And sometimes, I did it a couple of times when I was younger. Sometimes we grow apart, and it's not fun and not fair to say that, but sometimes we just grow apart. And you start to understand what you like, and you start to understand where you would like to be far as where you desire to be. And things happen, man. So I really hope everything works out. So you're good, Clayton. Honestly, man. Seem like a real cool guy. Yep. Some people are energy vampires and love to take stuff but not be about. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Some people will rob you. Don't let people rob you of your energy. Don't let people, and stop taking advice from people that's not committed. Here it is, you're committed and you busting your tail and you're making all these sacrifices. And there's somebody that's not even there want to give you advice. No, you don't have the right to give me advice, because all you've been doing is watching me from the sideline. See, I've been in the game ever since. So stop letting people that's not in the game with you give you advice. Now, I'm not saying the advice can't help you, but be very skeptical, because it's not the same thing. It's like me looking at a chess game. When I'm in a chess game, I can see it. I'm like, I see that move. I see that move they could have made. Versus when you actually playing chess, you don't see every move that the person on the sideline sees. So be open to other people's suggestion, but it's not the same as when you're in the game, because the intensity and the focus is more intense. Yeah, definitely. I got to come home and cook myself. Yeah. So, right after I trained my clients this morning, I had to come home, had to work on my shoulders, man, had to do my core. I do core every day. Had to do my exercises, get my mind right, taking nutrition, and eventually soon I'll be taking in more. Now, everybody know I don't eat breakfast, but I do eat breakfast sometimes on special occasions, like my born day. My wife gonna cook for me on my born day, which is my birthday. I'm not gonna turn that down. I'm gonna eat. Special occasions, like I tell you, I enjoy myself, but just know I do it with moderation. Can't eat still or sleep, bro. Still gotta work. Yeah, man. Yeah. So listen, Clay. Yeah. So the thing is this, man. You got to balance out times for sleep, because you got to rest, bro. Rest and recover is not the same thing. When people say rest and recover, that's not the same. Rest is sleeping. Recover is nutrition. Don't get that twisted. If that was the case, it'd just be rest and rest. No, rest and recover. So find a way. If you got to get 4 hours, 5 hours sleep, 6 hours, find a way where you can sleep throughout the day that works best for you, and then also recover. Let's not forget, your body has to work hard when you don't got the proper nutrition in it. So you got to stay nutrition up. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, no doubt, Clay. Yeah, I appreciate you too, man. Stay at home, Shasha. She didn't. Oh man, that's what's up. Let me see. That crock pot is a savior. I know some people who advise me. Listen, the crock pot, my wife got one, is a beast. That air fryer, listen to me, is a beast. I use the air fryer and crock pot. I prefer air fryer. Why is that? The air fryer to me, it tastes more sauteed, and I love sauteed meat with no grease. And it got like that, not burnt, but that seared. I love seared meat. So air fryer, yeah, listen, don't let anybody talk away from that. Hey, if it's working for your goal, it's working for your goal. Say you have kids. She was home. Thanks to it. Yes, sir, for real. I break my sleep up. Yeah, that's what's up, Clay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, whatever works for you, man. Stay on that system. And whatever new goals you have, like wherever you're going in this season or whatnot, just make sure that you're okay with if the season change. Sometimes your goal changes, but not the overall goal. It's just how you're gonna get there. Never change your overall goal. Sometimes you have to change how you're gonna get there through the season. Sometimes your job change. Sometimes you gotta change your shifts at work. Just make sure you're really paying attention to how you gotta move things around to still be focused on that goal. Yeah, definitely. I missed the George Foreman. Oh man, so believe it or not, I never owned the George Foreman grill. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. But I have tasted food from the George Foreman. And it was pretty good. And I really believe it was pretty good because the person that was cooking it was a pretty decent cook. And rest in peace, to George Foreman, great fighter, amazing fighter. Wow. So, does anybody have any more questions? If I didn't miss any questions, please resend the questions if you really want to know about a question. About anything. I'll be wrapping up soon. And I really want to make sure that this is, it's effective and you can really understand where I'm coming from. Protein powder. No, I don't do protein powder. I stay away from supplements. Protein powder is a supplement. And I'm not sure if y'all read it. I'm going to do a video on it soon that the FDA is banning a lot of protein powders due to metal, too much metal particles in it. I'm not sure if y'all read on that. Don't take me wrong, but yeah, the FDA, Food Drug Administration, have found a lot of metal in protein supplements. And they telling people, if you can, kind of not overdo it on the supplements. Go cheap protein powder, man. I don't do protein powder, period. I don't do protein powder. I got away from that over 5 years ago. So all I do is food. Yeah, it's definitely different. Yeah, it's different. I feel different. Now, sometimes when I overdo it in food, yeah, I get the same feeling like, lack of energy, sluggish. But, it comes with the territory. Every moment is not going to be perfect. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, vitamins and whatnot. My greens, people have no idea. Eating your greens like asparagus, green beans, broccoli, cauliflower. Those greens have so many vitamins and minerals. Don't get them mixed up, vitamin and minerals, right? Which is your micronutrients is your vitamins, your minerals, and water. And the macros is the fats, protein, and carbs. I don't take peptides, no sir. And there's nothing wrong with that. What's up, Jim Rat? I don't take peptides. It's heavy on your gut, bro. Yeah, definitely, yeah. If you're talking about the protein powder, yes, that's one reason why. That's what made me start doing like a lot more studies to kind of get away from that. I didn't like, that bloated feeling. And I still don't like it. I don't like to eat before my workout. That's why. I like to keep my body fat percentage where I need to be it, and I feel better. Shay. Any vitamins for joint lubrication, juices like beet juice? Yeah, definitely, yeah. Believe it or not, listen, beet juice, and I don't even like liver, but beet juice, definitely. They got this, it's called Vital Omens. And this Vital Omens is pretty much, it's for glycogen, glucosamine, and glutamine. It's a combination of things for your joints, collagen, muscle fibers, your tendons, and it gives amazing recovery. And what it is you can just take scoops. I think it's called vitamins. I send you guys a link or whatnot. I don't want to see the wrong thing. And you can just put it, you can mix it in with like, juice or water, whatnot. And it got like different flavors, and it's good for your blood, and it give you all the vitamins that you need. And will help you execute throughout the day with your activities and your exercise. Any protein is heavy. Too many veggies can't stop you if you not used to it. Yes. Listen, like I say, too much of anything is bad for you. I don't care if you eat 10 steaks a day. I don't care if you eat nothing but fruit. I eat a lot of fruit to the point where I got rushed to the hospital because I ate nothing but fruit. I love fruit so much. One time I ate a whole bag of oranges and cuties, those cuties? I think it was like maybe 25 in the bag. I just ate them. Too much acid. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just ate it. And, it tore my stomach up. So too much anything is bad for you. Bad food, and I'm on the free world struggling. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. Terrible food, man, can really affect the way you think, your mood, how you feel, how you make decisions, and all of the above. You'll be amazed. Just give yourself a week. 5 to 7 days, really just eating healthy. You'll be amazed how it helps you make, better decisions towards just going towards a goal. Definitely. What is that? Yep. What is it called? So I can. Yeah, matter of fact, I don't want to lie to you for the name I'm talking about, but it's more like a glucosamine. A glucosamine is good for your joints, aches, and all of the above. And it's great as fiber and collagen. What is collagen? Collagen is that tough tissue. See this right here? This is considered a collagen. This is the bones, collagen. So believe it or not, even though this is a bone, it can do more destruction on certain things, but this can take more impact, collagen. And it helps this in between the joints and all of the above. So when the joints is friction and they kind of rubbing and it's causing inflammation, that's what glucosamine helps out. So yeah, I definitely be sending that link on the short or whatnot, letting you guys know. I just don't want to lie to you and then you end up looking up something else. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I appreciate you too, man. Not too good for your liver, I believe though, man. What's not good for your liver? Clayton, what's not good for your liver? Now, again, glucosamine, you're not taking glucosamine on a regular. You're taking glucosamine, I would probably say once or twice a week. I had a client and she had, fibromyalgia, and she always ached. Again, she had to take glucosamine because when she get out of bed, she was achy. And that's a condition that you're not really born with it, but it's more of a chronic illness pain that grows over time. And the older you get, it worsens. And when you get it, there's no cure for it. So she had fibromyalgia. So she had to take it every day. Glycogen our body stores. You don't have to take in. Glycogen is stored. So that's a good question, Clayton. I'm glad you asked me that. Glycogen is already stored in our body, right? So let's say, for example, a simple carb. What is a simple carb? A simple carb is a sugar. A donut, that's a simple carb. That means that my body can easily break down the sugars in it and simply give me quick energy to do whatever I'm gonna do, which is ATP. All right. Complex carbs is complex. They take longer to break down, like potatoes, asparagus, broccoli. That's complex carbs, and certain breads or whatnot. So what happens is when we eat food, whatever our body don't need for its energy, it stores it as glycogen in two places, muscles and our liver. And in our liver and our muscles, the limit is around 3,500 calories. After that, when it has no other place to store it, that's when it becomes stored fat. I tell most people when you eat, it becomes stored energy. When you don't use that energy properly, it becomes stored fat. So is glycogen bad for your liver? Too much of it, but our body already makes enough glycogen for your liver to be stored. You don't need to be taking the extra glycogen unless it's a defect. And then, I highly recommend you go to the doctor and they'll tell you, what are you going to eat for dinner after you work out? Well, the thing is this, I already worked out today. So I had clients this morning from 7 to 10, and I came back here. So I did my shoulder workout as soon as I came home. And then I did my core for the day. And I ate, so I got like maybe 15 chicken tenders that my wife cooked for me. A chicken tender averages around maybe 17 grams of protein per chicken tender, and it's grilled and sauteed. So I'm gonna eat probably about like 6 of them. So that'd be around like maybe 65 grams of protein for dinner. And I end up taking in some broccoli and then some water. And then maybe 3 hours later, I take in like another 4 chicken tenders. And at the end of the day, that'd be probably around like 160 grams of protein. Not that many calories though. You can't really focus on the calories because again, I'm living proof. It's not really about the calories. Your body know how to store itself. Your body know how to take calories and preserve. Your body know how to preserve itself, and it know how to store protein and take it to the right place you need to. Which is why I made in that video. If you're in starvation mode and you don't have enough calories, I would still work out. When you work out anyway, when you're in starvation mode, you're convincing your body that you want to keep stimulation. How does you keep stimulation? Well, your body have to keep the muscle stored. And instead of your body breaking down muscle for fuel, it'll skip the muscle and break down stored fat. It's called a positive manipulation. What exercises can you do every day with no variation? Core, because I do core every day anyway. Now, do I have to do core every day? No. I just like the way it feels. Having a strong core really helps me out through the day. It helps me think because people think the core is just a stomach. No, the core is the whole thoracic cavity. So having a strong core, you got a strong core is nothing you can't do. Exercises, I would say planks. I don't need to variate planks. Plank touches, plank jacks, plank reaches, and at the same time, double taps. Double taps are when you lay on your back and your feet go to the ground and you bring your knees back towards your chest and your butt slightly come up, but you come down slow on the lowering phase so you can get that gravity pull and you really get that eccentric contraction. I wish they had cameras on kids who made it to the NBA and they felt to see what their mom fed them. Yeah, Def, I ain't gonna lie to you. Nowadays, NBA, NFL, yeah, I swear it's like their mom was feeding them people. It's crazy. They're huge. Yeah, probably people. Jump rope is the best. Matter of fact, I got something right here. Hold on for a minute. I'm gonna show you. So I got something right here. Now this is, and it's not even pricey. See this right here? This is called a jump rope. It's a wireless jump rope. And what it does is when you take it out, see these right here? You set it up. And it's another one. And you jump rope. And when you jump rope like this, as you squeeze it, it lets you know every 30 seconds how many calories you're burning. And I got that at a store. It's called Five Below. And that was like maybe $10. You can get these on Amazon for about $10 to $20. And it's jump rope. Jump rope is one of the best full body exercises, you can actually do for controlling your calories and if you want to burn calories. I appreciate you too, Clayton. A Superman. Not necessarily. Yeah, you can't do Supermans. I love Supermans. Superman is good for stabilization. If you want to stabilize the core, the upper body, more like the deltoids, the shoulders, certain parts of the chest, like the pecs major and minor, and you want to increase your range of motion, that really helps. I love Supermans. What's that? Taco Mayo Ford. What's up? Let me Lux, I'm dropping to do a plank right now, trying to get more consistent with my workouts. Hard with only getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep a day, 12-hour shifts, 14-month-old wife. Hey, congratulations, Lux. Yeah, man. Hey, congratulations to your family and whatnot. But I really respect that, man. I respect the grind. I really respect the grind that you on, bro. That's what's up. And this just may be the season that you in. But make sure that you're taking it enough that's gonna give you the proper energy because you're gonna need that rest. Your body can only take so much before it crashes, and you don't want your body to crash. When your body crashes, that's pretty much mean that the system that your body was following is getting to the point to where it's starting to create its own system because it doesn't trust your system. So you have to make sure, take your body beyond its comfort zone, but still be consistent and feeding it properly towards the goal that you're doing. And it just could be the season that you're in. You're in a fighting season. There's sacrifices, and there's nothing wrong with that. So by the time you come out of that storm in that season, your body be well adjusted. You have good foundation, and whatever new things you want to do, you'll be able to clearly see how to go about doing that. Excuses, no excuses, man. I respect that. Yeah, definitely. Listen, excuses, man. Don't nobody want to hear them. No, nobody wants to hear them. We don't even want to hear them. You make excuses and make your situations worse. Be accountable. Hold yourself accountable. And yeah, definitely just continue to fight. I tore my run board from my shoulder. I cannot figure out how to get it to relief. I guess, yeah, definitely. So the run board, yeah, that's a very sticky situation. The run board sits like right up under that lower trap and right above your scapula. So the run board, believe it or not, I would take resistance bands and I got some bands behind me. So the run boards is pretty much use resistance bands. And when you get resistance bands, get the resistance bands and it's pretty much just tend to open up the run boards. Let me turn to the side, you'll be able to see it. Just turn to the side and open up the run boards. Make sure you keep your arm fully extended. Open it up and you do maybe three rounds of 20 reps. You'd be amazed, it'll be a blessing to you. But you have to make sure you focus on stabilization and really isolating that muscle group. Isolation is key. Let me see. It's okay to get a dad vibe, right? Now you have a, hey, Lux, hey, Shay, look, check this out. Listen, if a dad vibe works for you, it works for me, man. Listen, whatever keeps you focused and keep you grinding as a father, man. Congratulations again. Do your thing. Talia B, what's your top core exercises? My top core exercises is the double taps I was telling you about. When you lay on your back and you bring your knees towards your stomach and you bring your feet back towards the floor, but you go down real slow. Now, when you bring your knees towards your stomach, make sure that your butt is slightly coming off the ground because you want more coverage in your spine. And as you come down slow, you'll feel this stretch on that transverse abdominis, which is the lower part of your core. You'll feel that pull. That's my best. And if you're not really familiar with that, just get up there, do the hanging jackknives here, and just hang and bring your knees up to your stomach. It'll change the whole core game. As a woman, I honestly am so scared to have a baby. Your body is even. Your teeth get jacked up. Now, believe it or not, Shay, I had a client and I trained her on her third trimester. Now, studies have shown that a woman's body go back to what you was doing prior before you got pregnant. I thought it was a myth. And I was a trainer. So I actually had this female, she was on her second and third trimester. So I actually trained her for 6 months. I trained her till 2 days before she was training, dedicated. I trained her 2 days before she actually went and had labor. She had a baby. So she disappeared for a couple of weeks and she went hard, but it was certain exercises I could no longer put her in. based on, range of motion, contraction, all of the above. So she worked out. She disappeared for 2 weeks. When I seen her, she was like on an elliptical, a treadmill, and I couldn't even recognize her. But I realized that, the muscle tissues and the fat tissues went back to where it was before she was working out. Couldn't even tell she was ever pregnant. So, Shay, listen, don't be discouraged behind that. I just want to encourage you, listen, stay on point, stay focused on, wherever you want to get in this journey. If you want to work on strengthening, I'm actually training a female right now that's actually 12 weeks pregnant. And she said, Mondale, this is number 4 for me, but I have not thrown up yet. Before, it was all about, taking care of the baby. And, when I was pregnant. So, of course, the baby was taking all her nutrients. Now she's taking care of herself. And while she's taking care of herself, she has extra to give energy to the baby. She haven't thrown up that one time. So it is a difference. I encourage you, again, you don't have to go as hard, Shay, but at the same time, modify it. Make it work for you. Yes, sir. Gave me some cold chills with those facts, brother. My biggest weakness is accepting to be lazy. Hey, Lux, that's what's up, man. Look, man, one thing I respect when a man can actually hold himself accountable and say, hey, here it is. It is what it is. This is who I am. This is where I'm at. And I'm able to identify my weaknesses so I can become strong in it. I respect that, Lux. Much respect, bro. Yes, sir. We all got to hold ourselves accountable. Yo, my pleasure, Shay. Definitely. Y'all remember, hey, whatever y'all put your mind to, put your mind on it, study on it, and find a way that you can be consistent. And when you be consistent in it, nothing can stop you but yourself. I just wanted to be healthier and as strong as to be. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I respect that, Lux. Yeah, man. We all got to start somewhere. I don't care if you go to the gym and you see somebody benching 500 pounds or squatting 500 pounds. At one time, that person that was benching 500 pounds was only able to bench 100 pounds. Everybody got a starting phase. And I respect where you starting, man. More power to you, bro. Yes, sir. It is a beautiful experience, man. We need more of that. We need more real conversations. We need more real conversations. Let me see, Lux, because my homeboy look more pregnant. I don't have that heart to ask him. I respect that. Again, as a trainer for all these years, I've seen some abnormal things in a good way, and I've seen some abnormal things in a not so good way. But I've learned that a lot of times I just keep my mouth shut. If people want my suggestion and my advice, I'm open to it. But if not, hey, wishing the best. JB, what's up, JB? What's up? What's up? Yeah, definitely 2 days. Yeah. So 2 days before is, yeah, because let me see, when I was training her, she disappeared, I say about 2, 3 days. And I knew then she was actually in labor. So it took a couple of weeks of recovery. I mean, and she looked phenomenal. I mean, she was awesome when she was training her second trimester. Like, as a trainer, I was following protocol, and there were certain things I was doing. But yeah, she said, I got it. Don't take it easy on me. And I respected the grind. I'll catch you later, man. Nice watching your show. Appreciate the knowledge. I subscribe. God bless. God bless you all. Hey, Lux, hey, more power to you, man. Definitely, man. Looking forward to it, man. Hey, good luck on your grind, and congratulations to you and your family, man. Keep working hard, bro. I stated eating for survival, even enjoyment. I feel like I got the best and riding my road bike. Spoke at me like no other. Yeah, definitely. That means that you found that niche. You found something that really works, and now you locked in and makes you feel great and give you the proper confidence. Because a lot of things we see right now, social media is more trendy, but it's not good for everybody. If it works for you, it works for you. But if not, you have to really just, sometimes you got to go back into the lab and see what works for you. I got a couple more minutes, Any more questions? I really appreciate y'all tuning in. Couple more questions. Oh, also listen, if you can, yeah, please share. Make sure you subscribe. This what kind of channel that I like to run, as far as videos, shorts, and all of the above. If I can encourage and really just share truth on people, that's what it's about. I like to share the truth because I like to share what I live, and this is actually what I live. And congratulations, Shay Shay. Yeah, definitely. You feel like you got the best vibe? That's what's up. Can't nobody control how you feel about you. And don't ever let nobody get in the way. Know yourself. All right, so let me make sure I understand this question. Baths at home. You think they have been like baths, like getting in the tub? Like bubble baths? Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Yes. I take baths. You get the jets, no jets? Yes. Bath. I like getting the Epsom salt and different ice bath. Okay, my thing is this. Now, I've shown ice bath can actually kill your gains. Too much ice. It causes too much shock to your central nervous system, and it can actually disrupt muscle growth. So a lot of people is getting away from the ice bath, but they still doing it briefly. So it's good for waking you up. It's good for the mindset to where you make certain decisions. So yeah, you can take a cold shower. I wouldn't say stand there for a long period of time, but yeah, you can definitely do your thing, but do it briefly. I wouldn't get carried away with it, but you can actually do it. Yes. I got 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Any more questions? Anybody? 60 seconds. This mic is still going. Yep. V, how you start your day with stretches? So I stretch about 10 minutes. And the first thing I like to do sit and reaches. Why is that? Because most men, we're tighten our lower back, which is our lumbar, and our hamstring. So how do I avoid that? I do sit and reach, meaning I sit up, my legs flat in front of me, and I reach towards my feet. And I want to keep a neutral spine much as possible. The curve your back, but if you can keep a neutral spine and it's aimed to touch your toes and be able to hold it for at least 25 to 30 seconds, you'd be amazed the relief that helps. So that's how I start my day with stretches. I do sit and reaches, and I also do the piriform, which is right up under the glute area. I like to stretch that. So most areas that most people are tight in, I like to target that on my own body. That's how I like to start my stretches out. Thank you. I got you on the super chat when I remember my password. That's what's up. Listen, if it ain't no more questions, yes, sir, definitely. Look, thank everybody for tuning in and whatnot. Definitely keep you updated. Yes, sir, my pleasure. Listen, like I always say, keep grinding, stay focused, keep it simple. And thanks for tuning in. Till next time, peace out.